What's up, everyone? Today, I'm finally going to be doing it. I apologize. I've just been so busy with my first week of college. I am going to be ranking the top 10 best characters in BlueLock. Before I do that, though, I do want to mention how I got into this anime first. I'm one of those people where I tell myself I'm going to watch it and I never do it. I did that with Attack on Titan, and I sat down and watched it, and I absolutely fell in love with it. This anime, let me just say, the animation is spectacular. One of the best I've ever seen. I love the scenes with the puzzle piece when Isagi is thinking, how do I make a direct shot, or what is the player's like position, and the puzzle pieces start to animate. Oh my god, so good, literally so good. And the characters are just unbelievable, and I just fell in love with it. Honestly, for me, this anime is up there with My Hero Academia. It might be my new obsession. I'm saying might, I don't know for sure. But it's definitely one of the best animes I've seen over the summer. And it's amazing. So without further ado, I'm just gonna get straight into it. Number 10 on the list is Nico. If you guys don't know what he looks like, he pretty much has these beautiful like green eyes, but his haircut is designed like a bowl cut, but the bangs cover his eyes. It's ridiculous. How is he able to score goals with that kind of haircut? Anyway, I watched it in the dub version, and apparently the same voice actor who did this character also did Shoto Todoroki in My Hero Academia. I love how he gives the character kind of a raspy voice and doesn't make it too obvious. It's just so funny. He's kind of a supporting character that I'm like, I'm not a huge fan of, but he's not too bad either. He actually grew a lot during the battle with Team Z, and the defeat for them realized that okay, they have to kick it up a notch, and Nico absolutely killed it. He's scoring more goals on Team Y now, and he also apparently has the same weapon as Isagi, which I didn't know about. The spatial awareness kind of thing. It's kind of interesting. All right, number 9 is Lemon, or is it Lemon Okito? He's also a supporting character, and he does try his best to become a goalie. And honestly, I kind of laughed at that one scene of the additional time where he was so excited he doesn't want to be goalie anymore. He can finally get the chance to pass to people, and then when one of the characters was like, okay, Lemon, you're gonna be goalie, and he's like, no, and he faints to the ground. Was so funny. And he does, when I say he does his best, he really does. He tries to save the ball from going into their goal, so at least that's a good thing. Number 8 is Jin Gagamaru. He's pretty funny also for being a supporting character. For example, that one scene where he didn't use chopsticks and Raichi yelled at him like, why did you do that? Also, when he tried to imitate Baro, and Kurigami just laughed because it does not sound anything like him. It just sounded like himself. Also, he's also a supporting character, but at least he has more of an appearance in the series. And he did save Team Z when he like headbutted the balls into the goal, so that was really, really good of them. And when I mentioned Raichi, he's my number 7. Now, oh my goodness. I have mixed feelings towards this character, but he's not bad overall. His personality really reminds me of Bakugo, just being stubborn, hard-headed, and he has like sharp teeth like Kirishima. But he, like I said, he's not a bad character. He's kind of annoying though at certain times. Like, he really wants people to kind of like pass the ball to him, and he just thinks he's better than everyone else. But I think he secretly does care about Team Z, despite his personality. And he's also really funny, too. In the one scene where Isagi was moving forward and everyone played rock, paper, scissors to see who was going to go after him, he got last place. And he was just not happy. Number 6 is Itoshi. Does that last name sound familiar? Because apparently he's the younger brother to one of Japan's best players, Sai Itoshi. And he was introduced, I believe, in episode 2, if I recall correctly. Immediately when this character was introduced, he had a really dark aura about him. Like, his eyes are expressionless, but the way he was talking and just the overall intense vibe about him was so dark. I was legit scared. He's super powerful too, just like the other players on his team. He's just as powerful. I do like the fact that he is trying to surpass his older brother. He's really trying, but sometimes this character just gives me the itch. Rin just gives me the itch. I'm not gonna lie though, he is handsome. And the eyes just really intrigued me. I don't know why. He's also just a little bit more intelligent than Isagi. But I think it was just during that battle for me. Everywhere else, he's just like, no. Alright, we're now getting into the top 5 characters, and I am so excited. Number 5 is Kurigami Rensuke. Oh my goodness. As soon as this character was introduced, I fell in love with him. He looks like Bakugo, but has a completely different personality. He really does care about his teammates, and he's really great at scoring midfield goals. If he gets within a certain distance in the middle of the field, he can just strike it. And speaking of striking, he intends to be the world's best striker based on the superheroes he's seen on TV. And not like the fictional character superheroes. I'm talking about actual strikers he idolizes. It was just wonderful to see him in play. I felt so horrible in the very last episode where he did not advance forward. And instead this dark-skinned guy, blonde hair, pink highlights, this guy just took his place. And I was so annoyed. Like, why? Even Isagi was so upset. I'm pretty sure everyone was upset when they watched this anime and they see Kurigami not there. Oh boy, not good. I hope we do see him in season 2. I really wish, maybe, but we'll see. We never know. Also, there was the additional time where the team was acting and doing their impressions of each other, and he absolutely killed it when it comes to playing Nico. He had eye drops and squeezed it on his eye, and he started crying just like Nico, and it was so cute. Kurigami is really great at acting, not gonna lie. Yeah, he's probably one of my favorite characters in the anime for sure. Next up, number 4, the Red Panther himself, Hyoma Chiguri. Oh my goodness. He is probably one of the best character developments in the anime I've possibly ever seen. He started out from being like cold and isolated to now more excited, you know? And his weapon, super speed, is something I would kill to have personally. So, actually, Chiguri's backstory was actually kind of sad. He loved playing soccer when he was a kid, but he had a fracture in his right leg that kind of changed his whole life. He came to BlueLock to find a reason to quit soccer, but after seeing Isagi play, he completely changed his mind. And I'm glad he didn't quit soccer. And he's one of the best people I've seen on the team ever. Also, his acting was just top-notch. I've debated whether Kurigami or Chiguri won at the thespian acting, but Chiguri kind of takes the cake for me when he did his impression of Ego. Oh my goodness, I was laughing so hard, and I was just in awe. I love Chiguri. I don't know about you guys, but he's wonderful. Number 3, Shishiro Nagi. Where do I begin with this guy? He's one of those characters where I've grown to like over time. I will say about this character, despite his personality being like, he looks absolutely lazy, but that's one of the best things about him. He looks like he wants nothing to do with today. He's so lazy, he thinks everything is a hassle, but he makes up for the personality with his reflexes. He has great control of the ball when it comes to being in midair, and he's able to shoot it in the goal easily. He's also hilarious at times too. That one scene with him and Chiguri were kind of playing around in the room while Isagi and Bachira were out. That little scene with them was just so cute. And I'm not gonna lie, he does look a little handsome too. Also, Nagi has changed pretty much almost entirely, just like Reo. Well, actually, I wouldn't say that about Reo. He's not really my favorite. For those of you that don't know who Reo is, he is pretty much Nagi's friend, but his backstory, I'm not gonna lie, is pretty sad too. Pretty much his entire life he was just bored. He was the top student in school, he was best in sports, but he didn't want anything to do with that. He just wanted something to have fun with. And that's when he discovered Nagi, and he completely changed Reo's life. His parents wanted Reo to be a top executive, just like his father. But Reo doesn't want that. He wants to play soccer, and only a handful are chosen. And Reo's off to prove to his parents that he can do this. But still, Reo is not my favorite character. I don't think he's changed at all. But maybe during season 2? Who knows? Alright, number 2. I know people are gonna get me on my butt for this, but number 2 is Meguru Bachira. I know what you're gonna say. Why would you place him at number 2? He's obviously number 1. I get it, but let me explain. Just like with Nagi, he's one of those characters I grew up to love over time. The first time I just thought he was a little weird. And I'm gonna be straight up honest, he looked a little psychotic. But the look on his eyes tells me, like, yep, he is psychotic, but in his own way. He's also hilarious too. I know I've mentioned that in pretty much almost every character, but I'm telling you, Bachira is super funny. In that one scene with the additional time where he found the bathroom and he was like, the monster inside me is telling me, must pee now. And then Isagi was like, well, go already, you idiot. And speaking of the monster, Bachira's backstory honestly just kind of tops it for me. So overall, Bachira loves soccer. He loves it still. He's really great. His weapon dribbling is one of the most powerful ones I've seen. He's able to change courses very fast and leave the other teams in the dust. But his backstory, he loves playing soccer, but he never had anyone really to play it with. That is until the monster inside him kind of was like, he reawakens and they started playing together. But after meeting Isagi, Bachira just completely, he feels like he's fallen behind. And he has to let go of the monster now. And I believe in episode 23 or 20, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's 22 or 23, he completely changes and scores the goal, allowing Rin's team to win. He's amazing. Bachira is just incredible. Number 1, we finally got into it. And my number 1 favorite character in BlueLock is Yuichi Isagi. One of the best protagonists I've seen in the anime. He's honestly up there with Tanjiro and Izuku Midoriya. The main reason is because he genuinely cares about his teammates and is always trying to win for them. And he's great at coming up with solutions too. And he has so many weapons in his arsenal. His spatial awareness, direct shots, adaptability, everything is just perfect. Also, his personality kind of changes to a complete 180. Like, for example, like I mentioned before, when Team Z was able to win, and he looks at Nico and, like, literally in the direct eyes, he felt so happy when realizing that they just completely destroyed him. Or when Baru was falling behind a little, and Isagi called him a donkey because that's what normally Baru calls him. Baru completely just awakens and just became the beast. It's kind of funny, really. And finally, I think he might be actually the most handsome character in the show. I could be wrong, but like I said, there's so many like handsome guys in the show. I will say that. Anyway, guys, those are my rankings. Like I said, let me know who is your favorite character in BlueLock if you guys have seen it. If not, I highly recommend it for those that love sports and for those that want great animation. You will love BlueLock. Trust me, it is phenomenal. Anyway, guys, I hope you have a great day,